Now if there's one thing that keeps cropping up as a question, it is, what do you think is the best way to meet a Filipina and come out and perhaps certainly come out and marry, or decide whether to stay in the Philippines or whether to stay in, say, America? Now, most of the inquiries I get are from America, and the last one that I got, he asked me he said he was hoping to come out in the coming year, probably talking 3 or 4 months. What was the best way to meet someone? Now, I'm going to give you what I think was the best advice, and the best advice was to decide what kind of living you want, what kind of lifestyle there. Do you like to get up in the morning and walk on a white beach? Then you're going to pay a top price, okay? And you're also going to be in a certain place where white beaches are actually prized things. People like to walk on white beaches, and so the price of property is very high there, and very often it's been bought as an investment anyway. So the resorts are all on the white beaches. So let's say then that we're talking about being in the city or being in the province, and this is something that you're going to have to decide. So the first part of my advice is to research the Philippines. Now, you've got quite a job there, but there are regular places where the infrastructure will support the kind of lifestyle that you want, whether it's an island or whether it's a city, whether it's a province. All of these things can be met, and you can find out very, very well by going on. There's so many foreigners now doing what Beth and I are doing, and they're putting out excellent material. They're building houses. They're going around having fun. Some of them are in a boat, sailing boat, and sailing around the islands. So there's all kinds of ways that you can live and be happy in the Philippines. It's not so regulated, but that would be another video as to whether it was the best place in the world to live. There are places in the Philippines which are very, very high on being polled as where's the best place to live. Dumaguete is one of them. Now, go and do your research and find out where these places are. Dumaguete, if you're a person who wants to come and still be able to get his car serviced properly, still wants to be able to have a nice townhouse or a condo, Dumaguete may well be for you. It's a kind of like a Filipino San Diego, or one of those resorts on the California coast. So you have to decide what you want. Now, when you decide what you want, that is when you either go there and meet people face to face, or you do the other thing, and that is to go on a site. Now, I really urge you to resist the temptation to go on a site for curiosity, because what will happen is you'll put your profile on the site and you'll get hundreds of responses, and they'll be from 18 to 80 asking you to pick them, right? Don't have to advise you on which one. You'll have your own set of parameters. So if you can resist doing that, you pick a place first. Now, if you pick a place first, now you would go on to choose, or try to choose, if you're going to go on the dating sites, you're going to go on the dating sites and you're going to stipulate. It's not going to do you any good, because even if you do say, I only am interested, I will only respond to women who are from Dumiketi area or Cebu area or Bohol, you'll still get people coming from far and wide, and that's where you have to be disciplined. Don't get involved, because I'm not saying that every Filipina is an absolute beauty, but it's pretty close. It's a given. It's a given that they will be an extremely attractive woman. And so if you're going to go, if you're the typical 60-year-old, a 65-year-old that can retire here on a pension, and you're going to come out here, then as with myself, I have a 50-year, yeah, I'm even surprised at it myself. I have a 50-year difference between Beth and I. I consider that we are a special case, because Beth and I, when we met, neither thought that it was going to work. No, I'm famous for having said this, or infamous. I looked at her and said, she's too young. And she looked at me and quite logically said, he's too bloody old. Well, the way that it worked out was that we've been happily married now for close on 9 years. So it worked. But we were bonded together like this because we both were looking for a mission. And it wasn't that we found a mission, the mission found us. And we started by helping people. And we didn't think of any grand organization, and it's still not a grand organization. It's basically the two of us struggling to keep the thing going. But we did want to do something to make a difference, and now we have so many people depending on us that if we ever argue and do the divorce night, you know, where you're saying, I'm sick of this, I'm not taking any more of it, and then you start thinking, what shall I do? Shall I rent a place or? We get over all of that because we simply cannot let people down. We have over 70, I think, students who are all trying to realize their dream, and if we can get all of these 70 through their dream, to their dream, we can hope to have made a difference. So it keeps us together. So what you will be faced with once you've decided where to go is, if you want to, I mean, it's easy, you can just get on a plane. Hopefully all of this this travel requirement nonsense and PCP tests and all of that will have been dropped. Let's live in hope on that, right? So you can come out here and you can stay in a very modest place. You can find, if you come out and you're going to spend, let's say you're going to invest, say 2 months to try to find someone who you think would be worth moving to that area. Now, why have I suggested that you should find a place that you want to live before you find a partner? Now, there's a very good reason for that. The happiest Filipina I've found is the one that is at least has close connections to her parents and family, right? So brothers, sisters, and all of that. So if you can find someone who lives in, let's keep saying Dumiketi or Cebu, and their family is there, and you go there because you've already decided from your research that that's just the place that you want. You can look at endless videos of Bohol. You can find out I think it's either 15 or 16,000 videos that we've made about our life on Bohol. It's not hard to find out whether the feel of the place is there. And then if you ignore the dating sites and just go there, so you land there. Now, here's the thing. If you have decided on a place, let's say that you've decided to come to Bohol. You would come to Bohol. Now, if you know that you're coming in, say, 2 months' time, and you've set your mind on going to Tagbilaran, Tagbilaran is the big city with pretty well all of everything that you would need, even as a foreigner. You'd be able to find it there. And whenever I've been there, I've been astonished at how beautiful the women are, and they're approachable. So just because someone smiles at you doesn't mean that they want to go to bed with you that night. But you can find places where you can meet people, ordinary people who are doing jobs, have a job, have an income of kind, and responsibilities probably to their family. And so you can find that by going face to face, if you have first of all decided the place you want to live. Now, if you go there and you know you're going in 2 months, that's when you start to try to meet people. And you could do that by going on these various blogging sites and find out if those people would be your friends. Now, people write to me all the time. I have people that I've never met that I write to almost every day. A lot, more than you would think. And they send me information about how things are going in different parts of the world. It's interesting for me, and I invest that time in these friends that I have that I've never met. Eventually, if they ever came, of course, I would be delighted to meet them, especially the close ones that, as I say, I write to almost every day. So, you could establish a support team, a support group, so that you would not be arriving and don't know anybody. Right? So if you've established some friendships, someone wrote to me today and said, we're thinking about coming to Bohol. Can you recommend any nice place? And we'll be visiting Taliban. Can you think of any nice places where we can eat? So I sent them a list of the restaurants that Beth and I eat at all the time. Taliban is a small town, okay? They've only got one set of traffic lights, and that has been out of order for nearly a year. It's just started working again. It's a small town. So I was able to send a short list of 3 or 4 restaurants. So if someone comes, they can meet anyone that they have been watching their blog, and through the comments section you can meet other people, right? So if you see someone, you see Harry B, and he's always commenting, and he seems like a nice guy, and it's revealed that he's in the Taliban area, you can say, listen, I'm coming, I'd like to meet, perhaps we could have lunch, and you won't be completely a stranger. That's what I recommend. So decide where you want to live, and then have a look on the dating sites, and you will soon see where it is a tradition that the women are beautiful. Cebu, the Cebu area, and indeed Bohol are known for they've got beautiful jeans, and I'm not talking about Levi's, okay? So there's a logic to how you are going to handle it, and that's what I recommend. And when you do come out here, I recommend for the first month that you don't say too much, don't give too much of your opinion, keep your counsel, don't educate everybody here about everything that you know when you see that this is a third world country, but it's a pretty good place to live. So good luck, keep in touch. I'm always interested in hearing how people are getting on, and if I can help, I will.